What's up, fam? This is your boy ELJEFE. Man, it feels good to say that. It feels like it's been too long since I put out a video. But man, I'm excited for what I'm bringing you today because this one right here, this video right here, this is for my bass lovers out there. For all the bass heads, everybody who wants to trap out and jam out with some extra bass on their head, this is the one that you've been waiting for. Now, the headphones that got me so excited today, these right here, these are the Soundcore Life Q10. As you can see, I got these in the black and red. They're also available in a blue and gold, almost like a Golden State Warriors kind of a motif. So make sure you pick out the one that suits your style the best. Now, I got these for right around 40 bucks, but make sure you check out the links in the description down below so you can get the latest updated pricing. And as an Amazon associate, I do earn revenue on qualifying purchases, so just throwing that out there. Now, before we go any further, and for full disclosure, I went ahead and bought these headphones with my own money for the purposes of this video. And if this is your first time here, and maybe you're not familiar with the way that I do things on my channel, whether I go out and buy the product myself, or if a company sends it over to me for a review, I'm always gonna keep it 100% real with you and let you know whether or not it's worth your hard-earned money. And so far, if you like what you've seen so far and you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button right down below along with that small notification bell, and this way you never miss any of my future headphone, true wireless earbud, and speaker reviews. So with that said, let's jump right into it. Normally where I start my videos is I talk about the things that I don't like about a particular set of headphones. Now with these, considering the price and everything that you get, it's very hard for me to like find something negative to say about them. So I'm gonna have to nitpick here. Now the first thing I'm gonna nitpick or say is a con. So these do fold, which is very nice, but they don't rotate. So you don't have the rotating cups. That's something I kind of grew accustomed to with a lot of different headphones that I have. And I was hoping that they would have included that here because they do have that on the Life Q20s, on the Space NCs, and on a bunch of other Soundcore headphones. So I'm kind of surprised they don't do that, but you know, they had to leave something out, right? Also, I really did wish that they came with just an all black color. Maybe you're not a very colorful person. Maybe you're all about that matte black life, or you just wanna roll in a monotone type of look, more subdued, right? So the black and red I think looks cool. That was the cooler option for me. Although I am a Warriors fan and the blue and gold looks good, I just don't wanna walk around with that. Maybe it doesn't go with my outfit, I don't know. But I'm just saying, it would've been cool to have an all black option. Now, as far as the things that I don't like, that is pretty much it. So first let's talk about the things that I like. First of all, that price. So when I picked these up, it was right around the Cyber Monday week. So Amazon was having a bunch of sales. I managed to pick these up for right about 35 bucks. That's an amazing price for a good set of headphones. So first of all, number one, that price is definitely right. Now, next up, let's talk about the connectivity. So these are running Bluetooth 5.0 and they use AAC for the codec. So that gives them that high res audio is what they call it. It's actually pretty good. And there is no issues with lag or latency as far as watching videos on YouTube or Netflix, Hulu, any of the apps that you like to use. No issues with that whatsoever. The only latency I ever see is a very, very, very tiny little bit of latency when you watch the YouTube app on an iPhone or iOS device. We're talking extremely minimal. You can barely notice it, but it is there. And that's no issue of these headphones themselves. That's gonna be a problem with the app itself, because if I watch Hulu on iOS or Netflix on iOS, there's no lag. Only the YouTube app on iOS. So just throwing that out there, making sure you know. Then as far as range, you can get right around 50-ish feet. I got 1 or 2 walls in between me before I started hearing any cutting out or any clipping. So the connection is absolutely solid. One of the best, Bluetooth connections you can get on the market. Now, the next thing that I like about these is gonna be the battery life and the playback time. So these are featuring 60 hours worth of playback time. That is some serious battery life. Like you can see like even the Sonys and the Sennheisers out there, Bose and all these guys, I mean, they're not touting that 60-hour playback time. This is legit. With my testing, I got these out to 63.5 hours. 63.5 hours. That's at 80% volume. So that is a pretty serious amount of battery life. That's pretty good. If you don't, unless you're listening to these all day long, throughout the day, I mean, these can easily get you through your work week, no problem, on a single charge. That's pretty good. And not to mention, these also have a fast charging feature. So you can plug these in for 5 minutes and that'll give you an additional 5 hours worth of playback time. That's pretty legit if you ask me. So for whatever reason you managed to kill that 60-hour battery, 5 minutes and you're back in action, come on, man. What are we even talking about here? What are we talking about here? So yeah, Anker Soundcore, they're known for their battery power. They're known for their power banks and stuff. So they are bringing some serious battery life to these headphones. And then speaking of charging, these are using USB Type-C for charging. One of the very, very few headphones that are under $100 that are bringing you a USB Type-C port. So this is very surprising. I did not expect that, and I'm actually really happy with the way that they're moving. Hopefully, when they start bringing out, newer versions of their active noise canceling headphones, those will also include USB Type-C. Fingers crossed. Let's hope they do that. But for these, USB Type-C is on deck, and I am loving it. And then next up, let's talk about the call quality. These do feature built-in mics, so you can obviously answer and make phone calls. Not gonna be a problem as far as that's concerned. Now, the microphone on these isn't the greatest out there. It's pretty good, but let me go ahead and play you a quick sample, let you be the judge.
So here we have the indoor call quality test for the Soundcore Life Q10 Bluetooth headphones. Just indoors, quiet room, not a lot of background noise, but you decide whether or not this is decent call quality for indoors. All right, so this is the test indoors with some background noise. We've got a ceiling fan going, we've got the water running, just to add a little more background noise to the call quality. So you let me know what you think of the call quality in a noisy room. All right, so here is the outdoor call quality test for the Soundcore Life Q10. Now, it's pretty late, there isn't a lot of traffic out, and it's actually not very breezy outside right now, but so far, it actually sounds pretty good. But as always, you be the judge. Let me know what you think of the overall call quality down in the comment section.
So now let's get into the sound quality of these headphones. First up, volume. So these get very loud. Are there louder headphones out there? Yes, but that being said, these are seriously loud. Like for me, I'm probably gonna listen to these right around maybe 75 to 80%, maybe, depending on if I'm really trying to get it pumped up. Otherwise, probably around 50 or 60%, right around there is gonna be comfortable for my personal ears. So as far as volume goes, I get plenty of headroom in case I'm watching a movie or video that has lower dialogue. I can turn it up, not gonna be a problem. So for most people out there, including the volume junkies, or maybe some of you who may have, some hearing difficulties or some sort of hearing disabilities maybe, these do get plenty loud. So I think that these might be a good option for you as well. And then as far as sound quality goes, these are bringing the bass. Like, best way that I could describe them would be the sound signature is to me, it is very similar to what you would get out of the Sony XB950s. So bass, man, these are bringing the bass. This is a very bass boosted sound, although they also have a bit of treble boost as well, so you do get some detail. The mids is very neutral, so this is a very V-shaped type of sound is what they would call that when you have the bass boosted and when you have the treble boosted. But man, the bass on these is ridiculous. And they have what they call it 2 EQ modes, right? They have a bass up button. That button to me is for the most part kind of useless because I mean, it definitely boosts the bass. Like, it gets pretty ridiculous, but when you turn on that bass boost, it sort of just really reduces your treble response. So it just makes it really kind of a muddy type of sound. If you're listening to a track where it's just all about the bass, then you might be into that. It does work, but for me personally, my own personal taste, just in their regular mode is already more than enough bass. I mean, these are really bringing it. Like, it's pretty surprising. But once you get them turned up, you start getting, 60, 70, 80%, you can really start hearing the treble come in and start to sort of balance out against that bass. And it's really good. I was very surprised. Like I said, very reminiscent of what you got out of the Sony XBs, but for way less money. Now, these don't have active noise canceling or anything like that. You do get some passive noise isolation from the ear cups themselves, so they're pretty good, but these aren't really ANC cans, but they got so much bass and they have some really good sound. So honestly, I don't think you'll really miss it, especially at this price. So with that said, do I recommend you go out and picking up the Soundcore Life Q10? Man, if you're into bass, abso-freaking-lutely. These are an amazing set of headphones for an amazing price. Like I said, I got them right around 35 bucks. They could be anywhere from 40 or 45 bucks, depending on the day that you check that link. But I absolutely recommend these. The sound, that bass, 60 hours worth of battery life, fast charging, USB Type-C, some decent microphones. I mean, man, I don't know what else to say. And if you need more bass, they have a bass boost button so you could turn them up even further. So yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a really good headphone. It's very fun. It's very dynamic. It's a very V-shaped type of sound. You know, it doesn't matter what you're listening to, man. If you're listening to hip hop, trap, you know, rock, stuff like that, it's gonna sound excellent. You know, you can definitely jam out with these. If you're one of those audiophile type people who really want a more balanced sound, much more detailed, much more natural, more like the natural reproduction of the music, you definitely don't want to go with these. These are a straight up bass headphone, and that's who that's designed for. This kind of isn't designed for you. So just making sure that that's totally clear. Now, if you have any questions, any concerns, anything you want to know about the Soundcore Life Q10, make sure you leave the questions down in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash that like button. If you didn't like this video, go ahead and hit the dislike button. There's always one or two of you out there. I don't want you feeling left out. And if you haven't done so already, consider joining the fam. Hit that subscribe button along with that small notification bell. This way you never miss any of my weekly videos. And if you're a hardcore supporter of the fam, you want to find another way you can help support the channel, make sure you check out the merch right down below. We got t-shirts, hoodies, you know, we got all sorts of stuff. So make sure you check that out as another way that you can help support your boy El Jefe and help keep supporting me putting out these videos for you. So with all of that said, I hope I brought you some good value today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you in the next video.